I am not a bohemian, right? I'm the last person who's a bohemian. I think I've been sort of exiled into Bohemia. It's a self exile, but I work, and I work hard, and I work harder than many people. I'm reasonably disciplined. I don't just wander around in a fog of opium, waiting for inspiration to hit me. Quoting Byron, I work hard. And I like what I do, and and I want it to be good. And I stay sober, and I keep myself fit. You need to keep yourself fit for this, fit mentally and physically, because you're sitting around a lot. You're staying in one spot. You need, and I'm the type of person that needs structure in my life anyway. I could not be, I don't know what my inner vision of a bohemian is. See, my thing is that I cannot bring myself to bullshit people. I just can't do it. I'm not going to tell people some nonsensical, false story about myself as a backstory, and then keep trotting it out at every occasion because it fulfills people's idea of what an artist is supposed to be. I refuse to do it, and I think it's unsafe ground. I want to be, I want to be successful because of who I am, not who people think I am. People like interesting. I don't know whether my life is interesting. I'm invested in it, but I don't know whether anyone else is. I just. And what does that say for the imagination if you expect your artist to have all their influences coming in from outside all the time? Their upbringing, the poor, impoverished background. I'm impoverished, but I'm all right. I'm not dead yet. But I have an imagination. It's that most human of things. I might not have to live something in order to be able to describe it. I'm sensitive enough to be able to put myself in positions and depict it. And that's important. It's important to know that as humans we have an imagination. And it's not just regurgitating some past experience all the time. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm kind of happy. I'm happier doing this. I just wish there was more money in it. I teach art classes, which I like, and which kind of evens out my week, and gives me an income stream, and it also gives me company, which I just couldn't do without. It forces me to paint, because I do a demonstration at every class. Everybody who comes to the class, every class sees me paint something, and so I get to paint as well. They should be paying me, really, but that's the benefit. And occasionally they buy my paintings, which is great. And then I obviously do my work as an illustrator from time to time. There's not so much of that these days, but I've learned to do digital artwork, and I can do all that now. So when it comes along, I can do that kind of thing. So they talk about portfolio careers, which is a kind of a buzzword for the last several years, and I certainly have a portfolio career. Because you're emotionally invested in your work, it's very difficult to sort of to put a price on it, and people, often, it's hard for them to understand, because they see the finished product. They didn't see all the either heartache or failed attempts, or ruined paintings, or just things that didn't hit the mark, that led up to that happening. So your emotional investment just it doesn't help in that sense. That's why you have galleries. That's why you have agents and people who sell the work for you, because it's very difficult to do it yourself. Some people can do it, I can't. I'd like to. I love cultural exhibitions. I like being involved in cultural ones. And that's where I want to see my work. Not necessarily in a commercial venue. It doesn't really do much for me. You sell a painting, you get a bit of money, and then it's all over. That someone somewhere, is enjoying your painting. but you know, it tends to be that you don't really meet them because they're somebody else's client list. You know, and I like that. I like somebody to say, yeah, I wish I could buy that. Even if they don't buy it, I wish I could buy it. If I had money, I'd buy that. That's good enough for me. As I say, the cash gets sucked into the vast black hole of debt, you know, that we've managed to get, and it was never that important anyway, which is a real problem, you know, because, you know, my wife doesn't think that way, you know, my bank doesn't think that way. You know, they expect money to come in. Art isn't. It's not commercial. It's life. We should all be making stuff, buying it from each other. It's what makes life livable. We're not made to sort of foist financial products on other people or sue them, you know, using some point of law that you know, what the hell kind of life is that? What are my hopes for the future? That's a good one. I'd like to I don't know, I just like to connect with people. That's the most important thing. You know, I'd like to earn a little bit of money. I'd like to have a pension. I don't have one. You know, that's something you've got to be careful of. You'll need a pension. I think I'll be working till I drop. But, you know, if I can, that'd be great. It's this cultural exhibition thing. It's the direction that I'd like to go in. You know, I have a painting in the British National Collection, and that for me is this. I mean, it could have been anyone's national collection, but I loved it, you know, for that. You know, I'm sure I could have asked for more money for the painting because I had to price it myself. It wasn't a good idea, but that's what happened to the thing, and it's currently hanging in the British Embassy in Paris. It's the British Embassy to France. So, you know, and that's the kind of thing I like. You know, the money's long gone, but the value of that, you know, just the mere fact that somebody looks at it and they were, you know, they loved the composition. More of that, please. My ambitions are very sort of small, really. I'd like to be remembered well. That kind of thing. But posterity, you know, a lot of people say, well, what's posterity ever done for us? You know, that's the joke. But, you know, yeah, I'd like to be remembered. Wouldn't you? Yeah, but, you know, just try and create some good work and then that's it. Finish off paying my mortgage. Maybe I'll become interesting in the meantime.